romanticize it, but you dropping the real thing right here. Oh yeah, Rock be dropping the real stuff too. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, brother, real quick. You coming up under Dr. Ben and Dr. Clark, and you being around all these powerful teachers, are some of our ancestors Hebrew Israelites? Are we Hebrews? Are we Moors? Are we? Because we are everything.
Let me break that shit down. Let me break that down. That's some funny shit. I mean, if there's 1% of us that's Hebrews, we're lucky. Okay? The word Moor is nothing but an English corruption of a Roman word, which was a corruption of a Greek word for black. It means nothing more than black.
Told you.
You understand?
Black. That's all that shit means.
The Romans who invaded Tunisia and Algeria and set up what is called Carthage, those people there call themselves Afriye. They were black people, and they call themselves Afriye, which simply meant we're humans. We live on earth. We are beings. The Romans have a sound called ka. That's an acronym for land. So the Romans said we're going to Afri land where the blacks live. We're going to Africa where the Maurice live. And then we get all confused and think he's talking about a different kind of black folks. Okay? There was no different kind of...
That's us defining ourselves in their paradigm.
Right. And that's why it's confusing. Because most of us who call ourselves Moors don't even know the word means black.
Right.
And that's all the word means. The only other thing that's connected is that those were the brothers and sisters who converted to Islam in North Africa and then later converted to the Arab culture. But most of the people who were historically called Moors by the Italians, the Romans, those people now live in Senegal, Mali, Niger, Nigeria. They're the people we call in Hausa. So they had to flee the Arab Muslim because the white Muslim declared war on the black Muslim. That's how we lost Africa. We didn't lose Africa to some other people. The white Muslims declared war on the black Muslims. And the ironic thing, the black people of North Africa were Muslims before the Arabs or the Turks were Muslims. So you have the black Muslims who started Islam gets attacked by the white and the half-breed Muslims who have destroyed Islam. So that's the reality we got to deal with, and a lot of brothers don't.
So where did the Hebrew come from? When did that come into our history?
Yeah. The Hebrew thing is in 1700 BC, what we call Kemet, or Egypt today, was invaded by a mixed group of blacks called the Hyksos. They weren't really whites. They were really black folks who was kind of mixed. And they conquered northern Egypt. Those black folks who was oppressed under their foot, who escaped after 400 years of being under their foot and accepted their cultural views, escaped and went and attacked another black people, the people of Canaanite. They were black as Ace of Spades. Most of the people we call Canaanite live in Ghana today. They call themselves the God dang Bay people. Okay? So these other black folks who had become a mixed breed black folks, who we call the Hebrews, go and attack another black folks and take their land. Look in the book. It says, kill the women that have been with men. Kill all the men. And the girls and women who have not known men, marry them as wives. This is their Bible. Committing genocide and talking about their genocide, killing black people. Then they tell you that circumcision is something the Hebrew brought. But they don't tell you that it was the Canaanite king that told Abraham, you're unclean, and taught him circumcision. And if you look up the Canaanite kings, what you're going to see, they all wore Egyptian crowns. They were nothing more than a province of Egypt. Okay? And Egypt is the black Ethiopia of the early days.
The Hebrews are coming out saying that Imhotep was a Hebrew Israelite.
They're confused. They need to go and study history. There was no such thing as a Hebrew Israelite at that time. That's an invention mostly of white people, actually, because the people didn't call themselves Hebrew Israelites. Matter of fact, if you go to Ethiopia, where the white mixed breed Roman and Greeks who converted to that tradition drove the blacks out, and the blacks went into Yemen and went into Ethiopia, and they call themselves Bene Israel. This will be the house of Israel. That's all. And the house of Israel meant that we belong to this group of people, and house simply means family. Like the same word we use for family today, that's what house meant in those days. So they call themselves Bene Israel. And so Bene Israel, meaning that we're the people of Israel who've been driven out of our land by the mixed breeds, half-breed Roman and Greeks, and those who were loyal to them. And those are the same people fighting there now with the Eastern European Khazars who converted to Islam, to Judaism. And Judaism is not what was being practiced then. If you really studied their book, which is the call, and that's not even their book, because much of what is called the Torah, if you really get down in deep, it ain't talking about no one God. You really got to get and read the damn thing for yourself. They're not talking about one God. They're talking about multiple gods, and they call them, that's in the Torah, and they call them by names. They're talking about multiple gods, but read it for yourself. Or if you just go to a book like much as people beat up on the Pharaoh, go look in Isaiah when Taharka is living. When Taharka saves Israel, he tells the Israel soldiers, don't attack the army of Taharka. He said he was king of Egypt and
all of the world.
And he had come to save the Israelites from the Assyrians. The Assyrians are the first.
That's the one I was showing you that I say it looked just like my brother. Taharka. That's the only black man that's in the Bible.
The Persians is a colored black invasion. It isn't until you get the Assyrians you get a white invasion.